So welcome to Challenge the Road. This video should be called Best Hybrid SUV in the World, but it's not, and we're going to go through why. So we're going to go through all the good points and the bad points, but I'm going to start with the bad points because they're starting to grate on me a bit. Now, with a car like this, you know it's going to be a big car, and we'll start with the outside. It is a big car still, and I feel when I'm driving it, it hasn't really shrunk around me. I feel like it's still a really big car. When I picked it up from Range Rover, drove it straight out, I thought, I'm driving a bus here. And I was hoping 3 months in it'll feel like it's a bit smaller, and it doesn't really. It still feels like a big wallowy car. Maybe I should have known that, but I was hoping that the driving dynamics would make it feel a bit smaller, but it hasn't. So that's still a bad point for me. I was hoping it would feel a bit smaller, and the journeys I do, like nipping to school, nipping to bits, you know, shopping centre stuff, it feels very big to park. So you've got to realise that this is a big car. Coming inside the car, I was hoping the boot would be really big. It's a big car, it's a massive car, it's a bus. It's not that big, so I'm a little bit frustrated by that as well. We'll show some pictures of the boot later because it's rammed with golf clubs and stuff, and there's not much room, and a lot of that is because the electric pack is under the boot at the back, so there's not as much space as I thought. I'm not even sure there's that much more space than in the Q5, to be honest. So that's sort of bad point number 2. Coming through the car, there's not too much to report on the rear side. It's probably all good points there. But in the front, the lights have been driving me up the wall. Now, most cars, you have a standard, you have a full beam, and you have an auto. Now, auto's new tech, I know, but the auto on these, people think I'm on full beam a lot of the time, so I'm getting flashed a lot. I don't know if it's where the Range Rover's high up and a lot of the cars are low down, but I'm finding it really annoying. So to come out of auto, I have to pull this lever back and it flashes again. So it feels like I'm flashing everyone all the time, and I'm not trying to, but it's annoying. And it's dark at 4 o'clock, so I'm using the lights a lot, and it's really frustrating. Now, I'm not sure anyone from Land Rover watched the video, but I don't know if there's a way of getting auto back to standard without flashing. I've tried pushing the buttons, and I'm not going to look through the menu, I can't be arsed, but it's just annoying. And I don't know how you find it, but when you're sort of everyone's flashing you and that, I find it's embarrassing, really. I don't want that. So I might go back to Land Rover and see if they can adjust the lights, but that is putting me off this car at the moment quite a bit. Interior wise, these buttons they sort of work and don't work. It did take me probably 3 weeks, and maybe for yourselves, to work out where the OK is on this, because it's next to the menu button. So every time you press OK, you go to the menu and you think, what the hell? So I think that'll take you a little bit of time to adjust to that. And these haptic buttons here, everything's touchscreen this side, but I wish these buttons work better. I wish there were less buttons and they work better. But the only thing with touchscreen is that you end up ringing the wrong person or putting the wrong information in, because you're going up and down, you're bouncing around, especially in England with these roads. If you see me now, I'm here. So that's not great. I prefer, obviously we've gone from the Q4 with the electric. I don't really miss that full electric car at all. Then we went to the Q5, which was great, but I wanted a bit more room. Now, the Q5 sort of 2019 models like this, they had the actual toggle and buttons in the centre bit, and I think that is absolutely the best way of doing it. It works really well for me. You can just go into that, get exactly what you need, not worry about the touchscreen. So the other reason I wanted the top spec one is I wanted the fridge, but again, I don't understand how I can't get in it. And then there's a secondary shelf and I have to pull over. It's really annoying. Now the old car, and we put a link up to that video, the 2014 hybrid one, remember no one bought them, there was only 164 made, and I bought that car and it was brilliant. If you remember, I paid I think 40,000, done 25,000 miles, sold it for 42, so all that enjoyment, didn't lose a penny. The fridge in there, I'm sure I didn't have it like this, or it was in a different position, but at the moment it's a bit of a bugger. So if I think I need to use it, I'm like, what? Why'd they do that? This is bigger than the last car. Whoever designed this, not happy with. So that is a bit of a pain, and I do really like the fridge function. That's one of the main reasons. You know, I like ice cream and stuff and Guinnesses, and it's great because in the summer you can keep everything cool, but that just doesn't work for me at the moment. So you're getting a bit of a feeling there's a lot of gripes going on, and I am thinking about whether I keep it, but there's a lot of good points, so let's move on to them. So that's nearly all the bad points. Let's go on to the good points, and let's start on the outside as we've done with the bad points. Now, I think it looks really good. I wasn't sure about the colour at first, Subaru blue, but I actually really like it now. I get a lot of comments on it going, what a lovely colour. And for me, all I wanted was when I go to the school, my daughters know it's me, because a lot of the time they were getting in the wrong cars because everyone had a black Audi or black Range Rover. I wanted something really bright. There I am. You don't get in the wrong car. But I think the design is really nice. I like the lights on the front. The back looks good. It's just, you know, that modern version of the Range Rover. I say it's a 2019 model, has been replaced now with a newer one, but I think it looks really good. When you come inside the car and you first get in it, we've got side steps to get in, which are an expensive option. I'm not sure how much it is, but I think they're worth it. I think they make it really nice getting in and out. The first time you do it, you probably cut your leg like I did, because you're not used to having a side step, and it's an automatic one. So it comes out, goes back in. But that is a really nice option. Then when you get in, these seats are lovely, I think. And this is the problem with the car. Can I get rid of the car when it feels so good? It's so luxurious on here. You go for a long journey and you feel like you've hardly driven. I've done, 3 hours there, 3 hours back. No problems with my back or hip or anything. It's lovely. Does that make it feel slow? It does. It feels like a big car, and it feels like you're not really going very quick, but I think you actually are. But it's so luxurious in here, you feel like you're going 10 miles an hour. You think, oh, come on. Especially when you're trying to rush to the school and that, it feels like you're going slowly, but actually you're not. I think it's just so luxurious in here. Another massive plus is heated steering wheel, heated front screens, the best thing ever invented. I remember when I had a Focus, I think it was a 2001 model, and it had a heated front screen. It was just the best thing ever, because like the snow we've had recently and that, and ice, you just go out, press that button, done. And that works across this car, because when you get up in the morning, you go in it. Now the problem with the electric cars was obviously anything you're using to demist the screen, do all that through the climate control, would heavily affect the range. So if you went in it when it's cold and you got a 300 range car, you're probably going to get 220. But as soon as you touched anything, it went to 160. So this is really clever, and probably the best point of the car. You get in, the engine starts, and it warms everything through. Okay, which is brilliant. Then you've still kept your EV range, so you're able to get in the car and go. If you've got like the electric car and you're having to wait and you haven't preset on the app to do it, then you've got 10-15 minutes wait, which I don't really want. So that's the big benefit with this, big benefit with it being hybrid. So other good points, the charging's at the front, I love that. The Audis were on the side and on different sides, and that caused, so sometimes you have to, if you're in one car, you're going front ways, then you have to reverse the other car in for it to work. But on the front is the best. It's a really nice design, really clean, all in the grille. So charging wise, I've been absolutely fine on a 3-pin plug with this. It gets sort of probably, it says 30 miles, but you're probably getting about 22 in real world, but that's fine for me. Full tank, around 400 miles. including the 22 to 30 range of electric. So it's got a really nice tank. I'm really happy with that. I will probably move to the faster charger at some point, but with the hybrid ones I don't feel much need. So they're the good points, and there's a lot of them, but I'm still like, should I keep it? Driving it now, it does feel so nice. I don't know, but there's another car that I haven't driven, and that was on the list, which was the BMW X5, and that's got 50 miles of hybrid, and that may be the perfect car. The new Range Rover, but you know I don't like buying new, and they're like 200 grand, you know, 180 if you can get one. They're way over list, so that's holding the price of these up. So I'm really confident in these at the moment. I think we paid 78, I think it's about 80, I think it's gone up slightly since we bought this, so I've got no worries of losing money. I'm quite happy. I think it's still a good buy. You're not going to lose much money. It's just these little gripes I've got with the car. But I'm looking forward to trying this X5, and that may be the car. Maybe there isn't a car. Maybe every car's got something that's not quite right. But that's a nice little overview for you if you're buying one. I haven't seen reviews like this. I've been on YouTube looking at them, all the data. But there are these little gripes in here, and you've got to be ready for them because they will grind on you. But from a driving experience, it is really nice. Happy to answer any questions on the car. Please like and subscribe to our channel. We've got more coming soon.